ॐ साई त्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साई त्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ साई त्रयाय विद्महे संजय बाबाय धीमहि तन्नः सर्वः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ तत्पुरुषाय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ति प्रचोदयात्। ॐ गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्थजम्बूफलसारभक्षितम् उमासुदं शोकविनाशकारणं नमामि विघ्नेश्वरपादपङ्कजम्। मूषिकवाहनमोदकहस्त सामरकर्णविलम्बितसूत्र वामनरूपमहेश्वरपुत्र विघ्नविनायकपादनमस्ते। ॐ गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ मङ्गलम् ओंकारा मङ्गलम् गुरुर्मङ्गलम् गुरुपादा मङ्गलम् साई मङ्गलम् श्री संजय साई पादा मङ्गलम्। ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Loving Koti pranams, my dearest Bhagwan, our Swami, our God, for whose 34th birthday we are celebrating for 34 days. Today is the 21st day, and we are very happy to have with us Suman, about whom Sister Lakshmi Sairam will be sharing few words. Swami, happy birthday to you. Help always to realize the eternal education. Charan Spar Swami, Tvam Charanam Mama.
There. Happy birthday, Baba. And today I am indeed pleased to actually invite Suman, who is a wonderful, brilliant student who aims to be a good journalist and much more. As we celebrate Bhagwan Sanjay Sai Baba's 34th divine birthday under the theme Unity to Purity, Purity to Divinity, today we have Sai Mahima by Suman K. Chetri. Suman is Swami's student. Blessed he is as he has been staying directly under Swami's divine lotus feet since the last 5 years. He must have so much to share with us today. He's also one of the Sai youth, and they all play significant roles. And looking forward to a bright future for each one of them. Suman, we're waiting to hear from you.
Tvam
Come, Charanam Mama.
My most humble pranams at the holy divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagwan Sri Sanjay Sai Baba. Loving Sairam to all. I am grateful to have this divine privilege to share few of Swami's grandeur on the auspicious occasion of our beloved Swami's 34th year of incarnation. Our Swami, our God's Mahima isn't enough if I am to say it for a whole day. Within these 5 years of proximity with Divine Himself, I have accumulated many experiences being on the Sai fold. To talk about Swami's Mahima, I don't know how other people, other devotees take it, but to me, uh, Swami is my guardian, my guru, my friend, everything. Swami is everything to me. And each and every role which Swami has been playing for me, I can share each and every experiences on the role which Swami has been playing since 5 years for me. Swami has been struggling for about 18 to 20 years just after the establishment of this divine mission. Uh, there are countless people, countless devotees, which Swami himself personally or from the organizational platform, Swami have been dedicating everything for every individual devotees who have come under the lotus feet. Talking about myself, first, what I want to share is what is God's grandeur. This thing has to be understood by everyone. Is God's grandeur only about manifesting many things? Is it about uh, altering the natural process like many of the devotees have experienced the rising of moon in the Oman? Many of the devotees are there. I haven't experienced such kind of miracles, but I have seen Swami's struggle, Swami's dedication, Swami's sacrifice within these 5 years. This is something beyond a normal human being can contribute in with one's life. If an individual has to offer anything uh, wholeheartedly, then it's a challenge to every human. But Swami has broke that every obstacles for the upliftment of every individual. Not only the on the physical aspect, not only on the spiritual aspect, even in the emotional aspect also, Swami has been supporting us. Swami has been supporting us, guiding us every time, in every moment. Among many of the experiences, some of the experiences I want to share among you, being in the Swami's proximity. As a guardian, as a guardian, even my own father, mother, who have given birth to me in this world, I would say they haven't contributed in such level as Swami has supported me in upliftment of my life. My parents, they they educated me. They they taught me many of the cultures that I have to practice in my regular life. But Swami, after after I have been Swami's student, my life has completely changed. 5 years back, I used to run a cafe, making tea and serving all the customers whoever used to come in a cafe. At that time, nobody used to know me, who I was. I mean, the people who used to know was all the customer who used to come to my cafe and have a tea. But today, after being under the Swami's lotus feet, now thousands of people from all over the world know me as Swami's student. This is one of the greatest miracle I have ever witnessed in my life. Being Swami's student is one of the greatest miracle. After that, my life totally changed. Now, now I am not only aware of my physical existence. Now I have step up to the level of being Swami's student. Now, what is the role that I have to play after being Swami's student? Is it just about my own life? Is it just about to get success in my life? Or is there more? There's more. This year, we are celebrating as a year of unity. But I would say this year, this year to be not celebrated as a year of unity only, because this unity Swami has been struggling for 34 years by uniting the dedication, sacrifice, love, everything. By uniting all these things, Swami has been giving everything for the human welfare. There are devotees who have had Trinetra Darshan in the metallic form, who have had Trisai Darshan also. But these all varies according to the level of their understanding, dedication, devotion, even acceptance. One can't complain on why he or she has got such privileges, but I haven't. If you are to continuously think about it, then it's just a waste of time because every devotees are different. Every devotee's understanding is different. Every devotee's way of viewing Swami is different. So in same manner, to me, first of all, Swami is my guru. Then after, as I stay in the ashram, Swami is my guardian. And staying in the ashram, we are with living together with Swami. Swami is my friend, and I'm working under the lotus feet for this mission. So I am a devotee of Swami. So I just want to share one of the miracle when I visited in Chikmagalur. There at that I was there with Swami when uh, our Nagesh Sairam, our All India chapter chairman Nagesh Sairam had organized some Sitaram Kalyanam puja. There was that in that puja I had participated, and there I saw one person. First of all, to me, it's a person. After that, I realized he was not an ordinary person. And then I saw him far from the crowd. He was with with just one pointedly. He was looking at Swami. And then after Swami saw him, and Swami gave the blessing. And then he joined his hand. He bowed his head, and he was smiling very very nicely. I mean, he was very happy to have Swami's darshan, and he was back very back at the crowd first of all, and later I guess some of the devotees from this Chikmagalur chapter, they I think they recognized him and they brought him at the front, and again he again took Swami's darshan. He bowed his head. Swami gave blessing, and he was still smiling. And to me, he was a very new person. I mean, I don't know who he was. He was wearing he was wearing orange saffron like Swami. And I thought, who is this fellow? He's just looking at Swami and he's just smiling. And he looks, the charm is in his face was something different from the crowd. I could feel that. It was completely different from the crowd. And then after I saw him, I thought myself, this fellow looking at Swami and he's just smiling. He's very happy. And after that the Kalyanam Puja, it was over. Then while Swami was returning back, Swami said, "You come there. We'll talk. Okay, we'll meet. Okay." Swami said in this manner. And then after that, in one of the devotees' house, they took Swami for to offer food and everything to Swami. Then after that, it was a lunch time.
Uh, it'll be continuing. I think there is some power issue in Nepal.
Sairam,
Oh,
Yes,
he's back.
Kanna.
I think I had some technical problem over here
Okay.
regarding this network, so I was offline. Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
you are
you are.
audible, darling. You can continue, Kanna. Suman Sairam, please continue, Raja. Sairam. Technology is technology. It can fail us anytime and it can take us to a greater height with Swami's grace. Very soon, the Sai youth, Suman, will join with us and share his experience. Here he is.
So sorry to everyone. I don't know why it's turning off again and again. So where was I? Yeah. Uh, uh, One of the devotee took Swami for the lunch, to offer the lunch, and at that place only Swami had invi- uh, asked for. His name was Vasudev. His name was Vasudev. I got to know it later, and Swami called Vasudev in one of the devotees' house. First of all, Swami had lunch. Then after that, Swami called Vasudev, Sairam, to have interview. Then after that, he came immediately. He took darshan, Swami's darshan, and then he was smiling. He had some conversation with Swami. Swami asked him, "How are you? I guess everything is well." And then he said, "With Swami's grace, yes, everything is well, Swami. I'm very happy. I'm very happy to have your darshan." He was saying in this manner, and then after there was some conversation. I was just beside Swami, and then afterward, but he had the way he had conversation, it felt like he knew Swami from many years. And after many years of gap, I mean the gap, he met Swami after many years, like that. But the friendship was old. It felt like that. The bond between Swami and the Vasudev Saira, it felt like, yeah, they knew well, very years later. But after many years they have met, and they said, what to say, like it felt like, when one friend meets another after a long time, the bonding, you can see the bonding of how happy he is to meet one of the friend. So, and he was speaking smoothly. I mean, he wasn't like a bit he wasn't having any difficulties to speak with Swami, because most of the new devotees, or who have first darshan of Swami, they feel a bit hesitated or difficult to approach Swami. But it wasn't the case of that Vasudev Sairam. Then after, Swami materialized Vibhuti, and Swami gave to him. And Swami said, "Okay, we'll meet again. Now you go. You also have lunch. We'll meet soon." Swami said so. And then after he went back, and it was my mistake to ask Swami that, who is he. It was my mistake. I came to know later that I did a great mistake asking Swami about who he was, because no one can question on the bond between, what bond does he or she have between God. It was a total mistake. I apologized to Swami also afterward. But first I asked to Swami, "Swami, who is he?" And then Swami replied, "I don't know." Swami said, "I don't know." Just before, Swami had a wonderful, beautiful conversation with him. And Swami said, "I don't know. It's my first time meeting him." Swami said in so. And I thought, how is that possible? I mean, no one can speak in that way when you meet a person at first. If it's a first meeting, then no one can uh, have such a conversation. Then I went to ask to that Vasudev Sairam. At that moment only, it struck me that he is not an ordinary person, because he knew who Swami was at the first glimpse. And then I went to ask him, uh, who are you, Sairam? And I asked him this question only: how were you able to recognize him in just a single glimpse? Then afterwards he said, I'm Vasudev. Just 3 months back, I came to Chikmagalur just 3 months back, and before that, he said, I was in Himalayas doing tapasya 3 months back, and I came here because Swami called me. And how did Swami call you? I asked another question also. How did Swami call you? Then he said that during my tapasya, I had some celestials darsans. They said me that you still have some work. I mean, you still have uh, a job to share or to tell to every people about God's grandeur. It was the same thing what he said. Then that's why I have come to here to experience, to share my experiences regarding God's grandeur. Then I was in completely shocked. I mean, how is he able to recognize Swami with just a single glimpse? And he also had the darshan of Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba. He also said that. And Bhagwan Sri Satya Sai Baba only gave me this orange saffron. He also said that. And now I am today also I got same darshan of Swami after many years. He said in so. So the moral of this incident was that one cannot predict the bond between God and devotees. The only one who understands is the devotee and the God. What is the exact relations bond between God and devotees? Others can't comprehend. So it was my huge mistake to question on who he was. So from that I got the lesson that it is, I mean, I have been in Swami's proximity for since 3 to 4 years. At that time I haven't been able to recognize Swami still. I mean, yeah, Swami is God, Swami is Guru, but I haven't experienced on that level how that Basudev Sairam had experienced, how he had recognized. But he recognized Swami with just one glimpse. But I have been in Swami's proximity for nearly for 5 years, but still I haven't. So from that also I know that there are still many rooms for me to level up and to understand Swami on the spiritual aspect. And another miracle just recently, that one of our Sai youth, Prasamsa, she had shared with us in this youth day program on the auspicious occasion of our beloved Swami's 34th birthday. One of the youth, Prasamsa, had shared her experiences. Her experiences was that her brother and say she was she they have an international brand showroom in this Tamil, we call it Tamil, 35 minutes far from ashram. They have got very nice showroom, and it's called Camp 884. And then they were staying in the shop at that time. I mean, it was a coincidence that her brother and she, they were both together in the shop, and it wasn't so much rush. And what she had said is, uh, she said that out of nowhere, she didn't see that anyone entering inside the showroom. She didn't saw anyone opening the door, nothing. But out of nowhere, she said that uh, we had Swami's darshan inside the showroom. Swami came into the showroom, and Swami said, "How are you guys? Are you doing well?" And then this and that. Swami asked everything. So Swami just had a normal conversation with Prasamsa and Pravesh. And they said that out of nowhere, we didn't know how Swami entered inside the showroom, but Swami was there. And we it was like a dream for them. I mean, they said we didn't know how. What? Hello, Sairam.
It's fine
Am
now.
I-
It's fine
Oh,
now,
it's fine.
Shivam. Sairam.
Okay. They said at first they were just talking about, I mean, remembering about Swami. They said now Swami's birthday program is nearing soon. Now we also have to go to ashram, take part in this birthday celebration program. Like this, they just brothers and sisters, they were having conversation, and out of nowhere, Swami entered their showroom, and Swami asked, "How are you guys?" I mean, just casually, Swami asked to them, "I hope everything is good." Well, I was also remembering you guys, so I came to meet you. Swami said in this manner, and then again, they had conversation with Swami, and then Swami again left the showroom. But they didn't know how Swami left, when Swami left, and then after, uh, they thought that Swami had physically came to showroom in their showroom. But I had made a call to Pravesh, her brother, and then I said him, Pravesh, how is everything going on over there? We are really busy over here. Swami is also really busy over here. We just finished one meeting an hour ago. I mean, Swami also had came to showroom. I mean, they had the darshan of Swami in the showroom just an hour before, and at that time only Swami had been to their showroom. And at that time also, here in the ashram we are having meeting. I was there with Swami in the meeting, and then I just made a call because Pravesh, he looks after the all the photography, all the video makings in the ashram. Then I just made a normal call, and then I said, now Pravesh, you have to come to ashram for this birthday celebrations. So we have to do a lot of preparations. We'll see you soon. Okay, Swami is also quite busy nowadays. He hasn't been able to look in other things. Then Prabhu said, what are you saying, Suman brother? We just had Swami's darshan in the showroom. And I said, what did you say? You are saying that you had Swami's darshan in your showroom? That is impossible. I mean, because we just finished our Swami's meeting just an hour ago. When did Swami come to your showroom? Then he said, just an hour ago. That is not possible. And then he didn't believe at first. He made another call to our new secretary, new Swami secretary, Susan. He made call to Susan, and he also asked, Susan, brother, Suman Sairam is saying that Swami was in the meeting, but we had Swami's darshan in our showroom. How is this possible? Then Susan was also in shock. I mean, is that so? I didn't know, because I was also in meeting with Swami only. How is that possible? Even Susan said in that way. And then after that, they didn't believe. And after closing their showroom, they went to home. and they were just I mean in dilemma. I mean, how is this possible? We surely had Swami's darshan, but now they our from the ashram, Suman and student Sairam is saying that they were busy in meeting. How is that possible? I mean, even at that time, they weren't having their dinner also at that time. They were just thinking about how is this possible? Oh my God! Oh no! They were just like this, and they were making many calls. Are you just lying, or are you just making a joke? What is this, brother? Please tell us the truth. They were saying in that manner, and we said, yeah, it's the truth. Swami was in the meeting, and then they repeatedly said, no, this is not possible, this is not possible. And then afterwards they requested us that is it possible to just have a minute conversation with Swami? Can we talk to Swami? They said in that. And then after that, managing everything, I also supplicated at the Holy Lotus feet. And they are saying like this, Swami, and they haven't had their dinner also. They are just thinking of about it. How is this possible? How is this possible? And then Swami talked for a minute, and then they asked, first thing they asked, Swami, you were there in our showroom, right? Today in the evening. Then yes, I was there. And Suman Saram and Susan Saram, they are saying that you were in the meeting. And then Swami said, yes, I was in the meeting. Swami, you are saying you were in the showroom also, and now you are saying you were in the meeting also. Then yes, why can't I be in the meeting and showroom at the same time? Swami said in so. Then we were, and it was the one of the greatest miracle ever. I mean, it was the greatest miracle for Pravesh and Prasamsa to have experienced by themselves. Yes, they have heard of many miracles, but to be witnessed of one of the witnessed but to be witnessed of the one of the great miracle, that is something else. They were really blessed to have such divine experiences. So what it proves is that later they said that yes, we were talking about Swami, this and that. We are planning of going to ashram. And even Swami also said, yes, I also was remembering you a lot, so I wanted to meet you and I came. That's why I came. Swami said in so. So what is the conclusion of this incident, of this miracle, is that if you are truly dedicated, if you are wholeheartedly remembering Swami, then Swami will be there for any of us. But it has to be 100%. It has to be one pointed. Then only the miracle, then only we will be able to witness such miracles. And another one, another one last miracle I want to share. It's it's about if we aren't on that level, if it isn't the time, then even if the God wills to give anything which is uh, beyond of our level, if even if God wants to give anything which is beyond of our level, the nature the nature doesn't allow it. To be more specific in this context, I want to say one last miracle. It was when we were heading from I guess from Chennai to Bangalore, I guess. Chennai to Bangalore. No, no, it was from when we were returning from Mumbai to Bangalore, I guess. Yeah, yeah. It was a flight, I think, of 2 hours, something like that. I don't know the exact time. Then after we boarded the flight took off, and then yes, obviously I was with Swami in the business class. It was a wonderful experience to be in beside Swami in the business class. I mean, uh, I had uh, I had traveled by uh, air first time, and it was with Swami only. After I came to ashram, and my first flight also, it was during the 18 days trip to India. It was a pilgrimage trip to India for 18 days. I had first traveled by air, and that also in business class. It was a wonderful experience of that 18 days. I loved it. And after we boarded and then the flight was on, and then after I was just beside Swami's seat. I was just next to Swami's seat, and there window in the sky, it's just the sky only, nothing over there. But another plane just passed by us, and then I saw that plane, and uh, then I returned back to my childhood memories. I mean, when I was studying in, I guess, 10th standard. Then after that, somewhere in YouTube, I saw a video clip that from the air, from the plane, they were shooting some clips of the sky, and in that video, some unknown object, we call that UFO, unidentified flying object. So they captured a UFO clip over there, and that struck me again. When I saw that plane passing by us, another plane, then I asked to Swami. It was just a casual talk, but later I came to know that whatever conversation we have with Swami, it is not meaningless. There's always a meaning behind it. There's always a lesson behind it. Everything. And then I just asked casually, Swami, I saw like this video in YouTube. Is it possible, Swami? Are there aliens? And then Swami said, yes. Why can't we? Yes, there are. But Swami said, but they don't fly on this level. They fly on this level. They fly on this level. Plane 10,000 feet, I guess, to view from the level that you are flying. I think they have edited those videos. But yeah, it's true. Yeah, there are aliens. And then I again question over that. Oh, I see. So it's true. I feel like that. Then afterward, I asked to Swami. Then then I asked to Swami, how are they so advanced in technology and everything else? And then afterward, in one movie, I had seen in one movie that the movie the movie's the plot was that it says that aliens made us, aliens created us. We were the test subject aliens had experimented on their lab. It wasn't something like that theme. And then again I questioned that, Swami, in one movie I saw it was called something Prometheus, or that movie. uh, they say that aliens created us, Swami. Is that true, Swami? Then Swami said, yes, yes, that's true. Again Swami is saying true. First of all, Swami says, yeah, there are aliens. And after that I asked another question, that they created us, and then Swami said, yeah, that is also true. And then again I gave it a lot of thoughts. Uh, then I asked Swami, Swami, how are they able to create us? I mean, they are on that level to create us, we human beings. I mean, they must be on another level of, in the aspect of intellectual and many more things, in the aspect of technology, to fly at the speed of light, and many more. They are more advanced than us. Yes, yeah, they are. Then at that time only, Swami had taught us regarding chakra and kundalini, everything in this in youth class. And And I asked to Swami, how are they so advanced and ahead of us, Swami, and how are they able to create us? And then Swami said, you do you know or not that aliens are much more aware than the human beings. I mean, yeah, they don't believe in the form, but yeah, they believe in the power, that there is something greater than us who have created everything. Aliens believe that. Aliens believe in the power. Aliens are uh, aware, and they are on the uh, God consciousness. Swami said in so. So yeah, they created us. And another thing what was happening, that Swami usually don't have usually don't have uh, food in this while traveling also. Swami strictly follows the diet plan and everything else. So at that time, Swami only ordered a green tea, a cup of green tea. And then afterward, I also didn't like to have when Swami is not having, how can I? So I also ordered a green tea. And then after that, we ordered green tea. And then the green tea had just arrived. The green tea had just arrived, and we were on the conversation. And the conversation had reached up to the point where I asked to Swami, how are they able to create us? How are they able to create us? And Swami, that air hostess, she brought a green tea, and Swami was holding like this. And we everybody we know that in this airplane, in the seat, beside the seats, there is a tray where we can place our food and have. And it is uh, it's a very systematic. I mean, it's not in the airplane seat, the tray where you place to have food, it's fixed. So it is not possible to what to say to uh, it is not possible to miss imbalance to be imbalanced the tray where you place that. Swami was holding the tray from this side like this. Swami was holding like this. And then after, Swami was holding green tea in one hand. And we were on the conversation also. The conversation was going on with Swami. Then I asked to Swami, how are they able to create us? And then at that moment, I was so much in sync with the Swami's every words. It was like Swami was saying one thing, and I was questioning over that thing. Again, Swami answered back the another thing, and then I questioned again. So the conversation was going in this way. And then after, I felt like now I'm something very precious, something very important is about to be revealed. I felt that. And because the conversation was in that pace, I felt in then Swami was holding this hand. and uh, and Swami said, if they have created they created us, then how is there not even a trace of them? Then Swami gave the example of that Indus Valley civilization. Do you know about the Indus Valley civilization? Oh yeah, yeah, Swami, I know that. Have you got from anywhere that any fossils or any proof that they were there? No, Swami, not the fossils, not anything. Only just the civilization, right? Only the places where they were, they were some were some thousand years back. The products, the materials they used, the coins they used. There is only a proof about that, but not about the humans themselves. And yeah, Swami, you are right. Then if there is no any trace of fossils, then they didn't escape from the land, right? And I said, yeah, Swami, yeah, you are right. And they haven't found anything in the sea also. Yes, yes, Swami. Yeah, there is not anything in the sea also. No one has any discovered anything about this Indus Valley civilization people. Yes, yes, Swami. Yeah, true, true. And then after that, Now tell me what is left. They were not in the land also, they were not in the sea also, in the water also. Then what is there, what is left then? I said, sky, Swami. Then Swami said, yes, you said first about the UFO, right? Yes, they came from UFO. They settled one valley in one civilization. They stayed for some time, and again now they had disappeared. Now where did they go? Tell me. You can get many proof from the Harappan civilization and the Indus Valley civilization, but not a single trace of their existence. Now what is there? Yeah, space, air. Yeah, they came from this space, so there is not even a trace about them, and they were just like us. They were just like us. And 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 again I question in that answer, how are they able to create a Swami? And then Swami was, it was like, I felt now something is going to be revealed. And at that moment only, Swami had hold a green tea in his hand, divine hands, and he was taking a tray out of the seat. Then suddenly, yes, why not? Why isn't it possible? The when the humans chakra, when the humans chakra awaken, Swami was just about to say the chakra. Swami just took the chakra word. Swami just said the chakra word, and out of nowhere that tray patted the Swami's hand like this. I mean, the green tea fell down, fell down in Swami's clothes. Swami's where Swami was sitting, the green tea poured everything. All the green tea poured in the floor. I don't know, from out of nowhere, the tray tapped like this in Swami's hand. And just after that, the conversation had ended. I mean, and I was in completely in dilemma. Now, what just happened now? Oh no, I missed something very important. Oh God, I missed very important. I missed something very important. And then again, I asked to Swami, Swami, you were saying something up to the chakra. What after that? Can you please continue, Swami? Then Swami said, "Oh, I mistakenly revealed Brahma Vidya to you. Oh my God." Swami said in that. Swami said, I had in a flow, I revealed, I was about to reveal Brahma Vidya to you, and that nature didn't allow me. So it patted my hand, the green tea fell, and now we are not talking about this. Swami said so. And oh God, it was we were not just having some casual conversation. We were talking, we were having conversation regarding Brahma Vidya. Oh God, what a wonderful opportunity I had. Then Swami said, even if I try to give you Brahma Vidya, if you aren't on that level, the Prakriti won't allow me to do. Okay? Now don't ever ask to me about Brahma Vidya, okay? Now, okay. Now let's end this conversation. Swami said so, and after that we reached to Chikmagalur, and then we just had there are many puja everything in the Chikmagalur. It was, the visit was very nice, and while we were on the Chikmagalur, and I shared those experiences to Amir Sairam and Nagesh Sairam. So few of them were there while traveling by road, and at that time I realized that the tray patted Swami's hand, and that the green tea was very hot. It all poured on Swami's body, in hand also. But Swami didn't get burned. It was too hot. At least little bit of bruises would happen there, but there was not anything. It was clean. That hot green tea hadn't harmed to Swami. So now, how is that also possible? I can't think of anything. I'm just so blessed to have this opportunity to have conversation regarding Brahma Vidya. And I know now that yes, I am not on the level to talk about higher consciousness, God consciousness, to know about Brahma Vidya. And and later when I shared these experiences to our Manish Sairam, my Veda teacher, he said that you are very lucky. Do you know that? If you had known that Brahma Vidya, I would not have been here listening to your miracles. You would have disappeared right that moment. You offer your darshan, that be thankful that you are still alive. Otherwise, your existence had been gone. Mani Saran said in so. You are very lucky to have such a privilege. And then after that, yes, I mean, uh, yes, I have many more things to learn. I have to increase my level, my sadhana. I have to do a lot of sadhana. Uh, if there is a possible, if there's a chance that I would once again get Brahma Vidya, then I have to go and be on that level. Yeah, but I know, but I am sure that not on in this life to have Brahma Vidya, it is not possible. I am so sure. But I'll try more and more. I'll struggle hard. I'll do tapasya for the next life to have Brahma Vidya. So there are, like this, there are many miracles. Next time, if I get such divine privilege, then I will surely share among all the Sairam. Thank you again, uh, Sanchita Sairam, our Chitra Amma, Lakshmi Sairam, everyone who is there watching me today, listening to my, giving your precious time to listen one of my experiences. Thank you so much, Sairam. And once again, I would like to wish a very happy returns of the day to our beloved Swami on the occasion of 34th year of incarnation. During my speech, if I have committed any mistake, please forgive me. Yes, I am not so good at English. I am trying to speak best. Uh, I'll try more. Jai Sri Sai Ram.
Sairam Suman.
Yeah. Suman, thank you very much. You've given us a completely different perspective today. We all know about, spirituality, devotion, how wonderful it is for you to be in his presence and to have conversations such deep and meaningful. You've intrigued me, and I'm sure you also, Chitraman, everyone who's listened to. These are the thoughts I've always had, and it's amazing that you could have a conversation with him on this. And you're a very good narrator. So please be pleased with yourself that you've done such a wonderful job. You've taken us on a different path. We were in the flight with you. We saw the green light. I saw the cup, the tray. So these are great qualities of somebody who can speak very well. I wish you all the best. And to Baba for this wonderful opportunity that you're here to share with us. Thank you.
I have a lot to learn from, especially from Lakshmi Sairam, of how to speak in front of others. I have a lot more to learn from Lakshmi Sairam.
That's a good
Sir,
one. So I guess
yeah,
the time is up. Is it, Sanchita? Because there was one incident, but maybe the next time you can share with us.
yes, surely.
Sairam. Sairam, everyone. Suman, beautifully said. When I was talking to Suman before the program started, he was like, Sanchita Sairam, do I really have to speak for 25 minutes? And I said, did you go and take darshan of Swami? And he said, yes. And I knew after that he would be fine. It was a beautiful speech, Suman. Beautiful. When Bhagwan is
Thank you,
there,
Saira.
nothing can stop you.
Yes. Thank you, Saira.
When his hand is on your head, nothing can stop you.
Yes, yes, Sam. It's all Swami's grace. It's all Swami's grace.
True, true. Thank you. May he always bless us all.
Okay, Saira.
Om
Om
Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurmamritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा सत्य सनातन निर्मल सत्य सनातन निर्मल हे जग के दाता ओम जय संजय बाबा सुमधुर सुंदर वैभव कमल दले क्षण हे स्वामी कमल दले क्षण हे काषायाम्बर धारण काषायाम्बर धारण पंकज चरण नमो ओम जय संजय बाबा परंधाम परमेश्वर परमानंद नमो स्वामी परमानंद नमो परम पूज्य साईश्वर परम पूज्य साईश्वर आत्मानंद नमो ओम जय संजय बाबा लक्ष्मी नारायण मूर्ति शुभदायक भगवान स्वामी शुभदायक भगवान सकल जगत के रक्षक सकल जगत के रक्षक मंगलकर प्रभु हे ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा सत्य सनातन निर्मल सत्य सनातन निर्मल हे जग के दाता ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा ओम जय संजय बाबा
समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त जीवा सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष स ईश्वर रक्ष रक्ष जगदीश्वर रक्ष रक्ष महेश्वर ॐ शान्ति 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 हैप्पी 34th birthday भगवान बाबा चरण स्पर्श भगवान बाबा त्वं शरणं मम जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो भगवान श्री संजय साई बाबा जी की
Happy birthday to you, Swami. Tvam Charanam Mama. We love you, Swami.
You, Swami. Happy birthday to you, Swami.
Koti Pranam Swami, happy birthday Swami.
Koti Pranam Swami, happy birthday to you. We love you, Charan Sparsh.
Happy birthday, and we are really, really blessed to have this series of days to celebrate your birthday. Happy birthday, Baba.
You're very blessed.
Happy birthday, Swami. Pranam, Swami.